All right. Well, I'm here at what's called the C store here in Colorado, here in Eads, Colorado. Stopped off to get my brother and myself a quarter-pound hamburger with 2 orders of deep fried mushrooms. They're damn good here. But anyways, yeah, I came back out to the truck to sit and wait for my order to get done. I was shooting a video a little bit earlier, and the dog happened to knock the camera off the dash of the truck, but that's fine. But anywho, so back to my brother and I. In my previous video, I did mention about we're both partners on a small inn here in southeastern Colorado, and it actually worked out good because my brother was contemplating and planning on opening a full-on grocery store in the town that we're in, which he did. We got it set up. He's rocking it, killing it. So while he's there working the grocery store, in which he has actually employed a few people in town, which is great. And so while he's there at the store, I'm over running our inn, and it's working out pretty good. Back in my previous video, after almost 19 years of working with a company, and they let you go, most people would be pissed off, upset, wondering what they're going to do. But I've always been the type of individual to have a plan B, plan C. I'll improvise, I'll figure out something, but it worked out perfect timing. I know I should be upset after 19 years, but you know what, the company's definitely not loyal to their employees, and you're just basically a pulse with them. I'm not going to give the name of the company because I don't want to get sued or anything like that. So, but it is up in Summit County, and it's a property management company. That's all I'll say. But loving it down here in southeastern Colorado. You're going to get some more videos from me, especially this fall. You'll get to see the dog do his job, and when we're out there waterfowl hunting. And anyways, we'll be doing some car camping too at this particular reservoir. This is an awesome place. I mean, this here is they call it the C store here in Eads. If you guys ever travel through on Highway 287 coming through Eads, Colorado, be sure to stop here and get you something good to eat. They make really good food. And my brother, he's got a grocery store, like I said, in a town called Kit Carson. It's actually called the Mercantile. Man, he's rocking it. I mean, the guy is such a good salesman. He could sell oil to an Arab or ice to an Eskimo. But yeah, I mean, we worked pretty hard in getting it put together, and he got his product in there. He's getting new product in every day, and he's really doing a great benefit and justice to the town of Kit Carson because they didn't have a grocery store. They would actually have to drive, well, they wanted to go to a Dollar General. They would have to go at least 25 miles one way, so it's 50 miles round trip. Closest Walmart is just under 60 miles one way. So it really benefits the town, and the town's not that big. I mean, it's big enough. And where he sits right off of Highway 287 in Kit Carson, and we get a lot of passerbyers, especially on the weekends when they're coming in to go up to the mountains. We get a lot of tourist traffic. So anyways, if you guys ever have a chance to get in through Kit Carson, be sure to stop off at my brother's store, the Mercantile. Give us a call too at the inn, see if we have a room available. It's the Kit Carson Inn. Ask for Kevin, that's myself, and we'll get you in a room. So anyways, I'm gonna walk back in and check to see if my order's done yet here. The burgers were done already. I just told them I'd get them when the deep fried mushrooms are ready to be, when they're ready. So this is definitely a big adventure. I'm enjoying it. It does suck after 19 years getting let go, but like I said, the company's not even loyal to their employees. I mean, I dealt with it for almost 19 years. First 14 of that was under a previous owner, and he was great to work for. New owner, he's a good guy, but there's no loyalty. I mean, he basically just looks for a pulse. But anyway, like I said, I was looking to retire in 2 to 3 years anyways, and this is kind of like a semi-retirement for me, running the inn. So, and I do help my brother out at the grocery store from time to time. So he works it 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So he's really dedicated. He's getting it done. So anyways, I am going to be back here in a few minutes. I'm going to walk in and go get my food. Scoot over. Yeah, the dog smells the food. These deep fried mushrooms, quarter-pound burgers. I mean, these are big burgers for a quarter-pound. You definitely get your money's worth for these. So anyways, let's get back on the road. Let's go take a look. Record this little drive back. It's going to be a little bit longer video. So here we go. Great place to eat. Like I said, stop here at the C Store in Eads, Colorado. And there is actually a restaurant in Kit Carson that just recently opened. It's called the Kit Carson Cafe. They just happen to be closed on Sunday or Monday, Tuesday. They do have really good food, really good pizza. They have really good food. I will say that. But when they're closed, you improvise and go get what you got to get. So, oh boy. Sorry about that. All right, there's the Love's Truck Stop. There's an Arby's in there, or a Subway actually in there. If you like Subway, I'll go there from time to time. So let's get back to Kit Carson. But I'm not probably going to record this whole 22, 23 mile ride. I'm going to pause this video and pick it back up as we come into Kit Carson. Alright, the camera's a little crooked. Hold on. There we go. Well, anywho, thought I would mention, so there's the town of Kit Carson, which is in Cheyenne County. And there's also the county of Kit Carson. Don't get confused if you're looking for the inn or the Kit Carson Cafe, because this is actually in Cheyenne County. Kit Carson County is about an hour north of us. They actually have a small little municipal airport up there. And this here is Highway 287. You definitely want to be on your guard when you're driving this highway, especially on the weekend. People tend to get a little nutty when they drive on this road. They pass in and out. They get quite a few fatalities on this highway. But like I said, you just got to be on your guard, paying attention, be on your toes when you're on this road. But hope you don't mind the curvature of the camera. I think it's actually pretty cool. We got the beautiful blue skies, cloudy skies. Like I said, we got a storm that's coming in.
Hopefully we don't get hit with it. I mean, I don't mind the rain, but the hail and the tornado, yeah, we can live without that. About 3 weeks ago, my brother actually recorded a tornado just north of town. It was a few miles out, but it was big enough to where he was able to actually get a good video of it. And he put it on one of his shorts on his Radio Man 66 on YouTube. But yeah, this is pretty much a 2-lane highway, north and south, or east and west, whichever you want to call it. They have installed some passing lanes to kind of reduce the amount of fatality accidents, which it's kind of works somewhat. But yeah, I thought I'd get back on here and mention about the town of Kit Carson being in Cheyenne County. We have what's called Kit Carson County, which is an hour north. So if you're looking for this place, especially the Kit Carson Inn, we are on Google. We have awesome reviews. So we're small. It's an older hotel, older inn, but well taken care of. We make sure we take care of our guests. We do our best to go above and beyond for their needs, in reason. And like I said, right now we're pretty well booked with contractors. I do have 2 rooms available. If you happen to be coming through Colorado here within the next few days, please give us a call and see if we have one available, because they actually go pretty quick. And a lot of our contractors, they shop at my brother's grocery store now, and people in the town, they tell my brother, we want to say thank you for being there for the community and having this grocery store. I've actually got an older woman and her son. I'm redoing the lobby at the hotel. I'm going to put in new flooring, and I've got them there painting right now. They didn't have a job, so we don't mind helping out the town. If you're willing to work for the money, and we got the work, we'll help you. We're just not going to hand you the money if you're standing on the corner with a sign saying work for food or anything helps. We'll offer you work if we have it. Out here on the Eastern Plains, you have a lot of cows, a lot of pronghorn, a lot of ranchers, obviously. And you got to watch out too. Every once in a while, these cows, they'll get out here on this main highway, which actually last week I was heading down to Eads to get another burger. There was a cow on the road, so the rancher was on the side of the road. CDOT had the road closed so they can get the cow off the highway. And it's just the way of life out here. It's small but simple and relaxing. A lot of freedom out here. You get to know a lot of people. Well, there's really not a whole lot of people, but the people you get to know, there's a lot. If that makes sense. If you get in good with them, they'll let you hunt their land, which I've done that before. I've actually hunted dove off the owner of the Kit Carson Cafe. And she was nice enough to let me go out one year and hunt dove. But the dog doesn't really like the dove in his mouth because those feathers actually do pop off pretty quick. But anywho, I am going to pause this video here again and pick it back up, like I said, when I start coming into Kit Carson. Alright, so here we are again. I'm stuck behind this slow truck here. But anyways, about Kit Carson. Like I said, my brother opened the grocery store. It's called the Kit Carson Mercantile. And like I said, we're both part owners of the Kit Carson Inn. The restaurant in town is the Kit Carson Cafe. They have awesome food there. If it wasn't for entrepreneurs in a small town like that, I don't even know if the small towns like that would continue to exist. But people love it. It's great. It's awesome. We have a local museum which has the tools and a lot of history of the town of Kit Carson from back in the early 1900s, even early 1800s. Kit Carson himself did come through the town. The Santa Fe cattle trail is pretty close to the town, so they ran their cattle coming through the town. The train used to have a depot there. The U.S. soldiers back in the time of the American Indian War would be there. There used to be like 3 bars, 3 grocery stores, a couple of gas stations, and so the town is slowly building back up. And it's a small town. I believe this town's population in Kit Carson is, I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe 150, 175. So yes, everybody knows everybody. They're there to help you if you need help. So we're going to be coming into Kit Carson here soon. Might be able to see it off to the left there. We'll see here. Got this overpass here on this little bridge that covers the Big Sandy creek bed, and it's going to get replaced. It's pretty bumpy. I'll try to hold this camera still and get to a spot where camera's not going to be shaking around, so you might be able to see a little bit on the video. But we'll be coming around up here around this bend to the left and coming up over the bridge and dropping into Kit Carson. So let's see here. Maybe you'll get to see the Kit Carson Cafe on the left, and as we get further into town, my brother's grocery store, the Kit Carson Mercantile, will be on the right. I'll tell you when to look to the right or to the left as we come in. There's several churches in town. There's one bank, one self-serve gas station, post office, and they do have a daycare center. They got a nice high school. They just need more population to come into town to populate that high school, because as it stands right now, I don't think they have enough for even a football team or a basketball or a baseball team. They definitely could use some more kids in this town. And let's see here, what else can I say about this little town? There's an organization I won't mention just in case they don't want me to mention. I don't know why, but they have been coming through town and tearing down old houses and building new houses, trying to improve the town a little bit. But anyways, here we go. We're coming up over this bridge here. We're going to be coming into Kit Carson. And they got some road work going on, so these orange signs you see is part of the big road project that's right by our inn that's going to be going on. Let's see here. I'm going to get over here in this right-hand lane. I'm going to point the camera a little bit. There's the Kit Carson Cafe. Like I said, they have really good food over there. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to turn the camera back. This is the town of Kit Carson. There's the self-serve gas station. This white building on the left over here, my brother and I are probably going to be opening one of them stores here come next May. There's my brother's grocery store right here. Yep. So, and there's the museum. They have some awesome stuff in there, great history. And the Kit Carson Inn, you will see the sign right here. There it is. So there's a sign for our establishment, for the inn. Kit Carson Inn, built sometime back. Anywho, let's go to my brother's grocery store. I'm gonna go have lunch and make sure there's nobody out here on the highway. Here we go, folks. I'll be ending this video when I get to the grocery store. My brother and I will be sitting there having lunch, and like I said, there's the museum. This is the second part of the museum right here. And at the top of my brother's grocery store, it says where the West begins. All right, folks, I'm going to shut this video off now and have a good day.